Let me tell you a little bit about what this project's all about. I happen to be the chair of the Housing Authority at this time, but it started a little bit earlier on before I got going on this. We've been working to build more affordable housing units in the city of Glendale, and since I've been on the council, this council and previous councils together, we have built over 425 affordable units in the city of Glendale. I must say we have done a good job. We've built more units in Glendale than Burbank, Pasadena, La Cañada, all combined. I'm going to give you a few factoids about this project. The project has 44 units. They're all affordable units. The project serves low-income families earning not more than 60% of area and median. The residents were selected for the Metro Loma project was through a random tenant selection application, which is a lottery. There were 6,628 applications received. 600 were selected, and 44 out of that 600 are the dwellers that live in this beautiful building now. This building will provide affordability for the next 56 years and possibly even more. The project includes one bedroom, one of them, 29 two-bedroom and 14 three-bedroom units. Most of the dwelling units will have one bathroom, one living room, one kitchen, and approximately 16 units will contain 2 bathrooms. It is built over a 2-level subterranean parking. It has access from Mira Loma, 1-level parking garage on the garden portion of the site. There are a total of 106 parking stalls. The open space recreational area along Gardner measures approximately 11,000 square feet. Design of the project is in Spanish colonial revival. It includes recessed windows, decorative wrought iron, railing, window planters, window awnings, and arcade patio openings. All common areas are professionally planted and decorated. Amenities included entry courtyard with designer floor art and decor, community room including kitchen, lounge unit hard wiring for computer, internet, and seating areas. Community laundry room, manager's office, public art places to complement the courtyard. What's even more important is this is one of those projects that's accessible through a transportation center. Our transportation corridor is right here, so people really don't have to drive anywhere if they would like to go anywhere. They just walk over to the train station, take a train, or take the D line and move forward. At this time, I would like to take the opportunity to ask our chair of the redevelopment agency to give you a little bit information about what the amount of money was that we sent. Ara Najarian.
Thank you, Bob. It is my very sincere pleasure to be here at the dedication of this wonderful, wonderful facility. All we hear about as councilmen, and I can guarantee you, is how difficult it is to live in the city of Glendale because the housing prices are too high. What have you done lately to help us meet our housing needs? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Here is another beautiful building right next to the original Metro City Lights that ADI has constructed. They're clean units, they're well-maintained, wonderful open space for residents to enjoy, great connectivity to our downtown and to the rest of Southern California. It really is a testament to ADI, their hard work, Ajit, Salim, Kay, Hachig, Zargarian, who's done such a great job. I know we've caught Bob Yusefian out here with a hammer a few times. We've had to back him away because he was getting carried away. And to our staff that really put this deal together, it is a complicated deal to put together and affordable housing. It's not like a private sector where the builder buys the land, he gets a loan from a bank, and he starts to build it. On this particular deal, there were many funding sources that came together. And the City of Glendale Housing Authority put in almost $4.4 million. Tax credit equity is the bulk of the financing, almost $11 million. Permanent mortgage financing, $2 million. And other fees from other areas, over $2 million. This is all difficult to get. It's all a competition with other affordable home builders, and fortunately ADI has the secret ingredients, manpower, skills. Salim, I think, is the brains behind that, and they were very successful. So their hard work transformed into this beautiful building, which transforms into homes for so many lucky, lucky families. I'm very, very happy to be here, and I congratulate everyone involved in it. It's a great asset to the City of Glendale. Thank you very much.
At this time, I would like to ask my fellow colleague, Frank Quintero, to come forward and say a few things. I just want to tell you one thing about Frank. He has never seen an affordable housing that he did not like.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Well, and especially this one. I spend a lot of time at the Harley-Davidson dealership, so every weekend I've watched it go up, and my compliments to the development team, to ADI, because that is one very strong and capable building, so I think we're in great shape. But what really makes me feel good is, quite frankly, not really the sort of parents that are going to live here, but what makes me feel good is those kids. This is for families, and we're going to have a lot of kids that are going to grow up in some very nice units, are going to have this open space, they're going to be managers on the premises, and then finally they're going to go to a great elementary school, Cerritos, which is right across the street, that has its own park that's been redone. It's one of the City of Glendale's mixed-use projects. So this is the place to be, and like Bob mentioned earlier, I'll have to repeat everything. Like Bob mentioned earlier, it's so close to the transportation center. So the MTA buses, the MTA trains, you can work anywhere in Southern California and come back to this location. So congratulations to everyone, and especially the residents. It's a wonderful day for the City of Glendale. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask the builders of this beautiful building to come forward. And Ajit Matavala has decided not to speak, and instead he has asked Gary Squire, who is also their partner, to come forward and say a few words about this building. Mr. Squire, please.
Go ahead. I'm going to be standing with you.
You're going to be standing with me. Usually I'm the master of ceremonies at these events, so I don't have to have a prepared presentation, and I'm not going to bore you with one right now. I just want to point out what you're looking at behind me, which is really a terrific building, and it's going to be a wonderful home for the kids and the families that have qualified to live here. Buildings like this don't get designed on their own. They take a lot of effort from a lot of people, and it's a collaborative process. But I just want to thank the City of Glendale for their participation in the design. John Harapetian was the architect, brought it to fruition. And on the redevelopment agency side, we had Alan Loomis, who I don't know if it's here. I don't see Alan. But really guided the process on the city's side, as did Hassan and others. And I'm leaving people out, but it all came together, and it's beautiful. So after the ceremony, we got some units available to look at. They're very high quality. So this is some of the finest housing in the city, and Ajit and Salim and I are really proud to be here, and thank you all for coming. Ajit?
I changed my mind, and I thought I'll say a couple of words. You know, we have put together, all of us, the dignitaries, the city officials, all the financials, starting from federal government all the way to city, the banks. They have done a wonderful job of giving us money to build the project. But the essence and the significance of the project goes beyond that. In this economy, as you can look in the TV today, every day we get a sad news. Thousands of people got unemployed. Somebody's enjoying Harley Davidson. That's good. But the news that keeps coming, people are losing homes. This is the significance of what we are doing. We are going to have people who will be sleeping in their house, staying in their house, not get up or not worry, go to sleep. They'll say, how am I going to make my mortgage tomorrow? How am I going to live here? Will I be thrown out? Can I afford my house? Will I lose my job? Those are the things right now eating our fellow Americans, fellow brothers. People, 44 family living here, they have very little to worry. Their rent is very affordable. These are affordable housing. They will be paying 30, 40, 50% or 60% of the rent depending upon the income level. They don't have to worry whether what will happen to my home tomorrow. So to me, what we are doing today is really helping people have peace in their heart. 44 families, let's say 4 people or 5 people, about 200 people, we are going to give them peace at night to sleep. If that's all we achieve, we have achieved a lot. That's all I want to share with you. And thank you very much for all of you, every one of you who have helped us. And thank you very much.
At this time, I would like to ask the Housing Authority of the County of Los Angeles, Mr. Blair Babcock, to come forward. Mr. Babcock was responsible for about $1.4 million, I assume, of the financing for this project. Mr. Babcock.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today to represent the Housing Authority of the County of Los Angeles. We have what you might call an ongoing partnership with the City of Glendale. Both of these projects, as has been mentioned, has utilized the funding that we administer. And I'm also very pleased to announce that we're on the verge of allocating another $2 million into a Glendale City project. That's at Vassar, which is not too far from here, as a matter of fact. But again, I want to take the opportunity to congratulate all of the participants in the project, and most especially ADI and Squire Properties, who are certainly responsible for pulling all this together. And I also want to recognize our staff that's devoted so much time and attention to it. Nicole Smith. Again, congratulations. And Celine. I just wanted to present this to you. All right, thank you.
As you know, most of these projects take a lot of staff work to get it done. And while we make the policies and we say, go ahead and build it, and we find financiers who are willing to finance it, it takes a lot of work behind the scene to make these things reality. So at this time, I would like to ask our Deputy District Director of Housing, Peter Zovak, to come forward and recognize all the staff members who have worked so hard and so diligently for this project to happen. Mr. Zovak.
Afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Madeline Blake, the Director of Community Development and Housing Department, I'd like to congratulate the team of Gary Squire and ADI on the completion of this beautiful project. And Gary touched on some of the design elements, and just to go back to that, when the development team first proposed this project, it was not long after they started construction of their first project right next door here. And so we knew we had a little bit of a challenge. We have an odd-shaped parcel here. It's L-shaped. It has 2 street frontages. It flares out at the street. It narrows down at the back, subterranean parking. So we knew we needed to do something that was a unique element to the project. So we decided to focus on what we had in the neighborhood and the historic Glendale train station being across the street. We went on that theme, and city staff, along with Gary, Kay Zargarian, the architect John Harapetian, the project managers Ali and Tony, worked very hard on coming up and focusing on a lot of the details that if you walk around the project you'll see, and really make this project special. And they've done a wonderful job. In addition, because the city of Glendale and Mr. Yusefian had mentioned how much we've been producing in terms of affordable housing, one byproduct of that is that the state of California, before they started having some financial troubles, issued a grant to the city, to the Housing Authority, a small amount of money, and designated it to be used as for some type of public art product for the project here. And so we were able to, staff was able to identify an artist, and he's here today, and it's Brett Goldstone. Brett, if you can just raise your hand there so we can all see. And it's this project you see behind me, this landscape, and Brett spent a lot of time bending and shaping some iron tubings and rods into what you have here. And his vision was that it would inspire the residents and the guests here, and that it not be what some consider to be an affordable housing look to it. It's really a high-end look that we're really proud of to have in our San Fernando redevelopment project area. I'd also like to take time to thank some of the city departments that helped this project along the way, and some individuals: Hassan Hagani, Alan Loomis, Roger Kiesel, and Eric Kraus in planning, Steve Zern, Rubik Galanian, Stuart Tom, and the host of inspectors in Public Works, Phil Lansveen, our Director of Redevelopment, Ramon Obweg in our Water and Power Department, Mike Garcia, City Attorney, our consultants, our economic consultants on this project, Tim Morenin of Tierra West Advisors and Deborah Rhodes of Kane, Balmer, and Berkman, and then our own housing staff, Sona Muradian, Ann Bockenkamp, Mike Fortney, and Annetta Badalian. They've all put in a lot of hard work to make this project possible and be here serving the residents for the next 56 years of affordable housing. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to call forward Anil Advani, Vice President of Red Capital Markets, Inc. These are money people, folks. Be good to them.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm here representing Red Capital today. We are the lender. Well, we're in this particular deal, we're actually the limited partner as well as the tax credit investor. On behalf of Red Capital, I'd just like to say that we feel extremely privileged to have had the opportunity to work on the construction of Metro Loma. It's a beautiful project. Red will actually be contributing almost $11 million of tax credit equity for the financing of this project, which does represent the greatest portion of financing for this deal and really demonstrates Red's commitment to working with affordable housing developers such as ADI and Gary Squire in providing for affordable housing, something that we all know is extremely important in this current economic climate that we're living in today. So I'd like to thank Gary and ADI for giving Red Capital the opportunity to partner with them on this special project, and also thank the City of Glendale for giving them the opportunity to develop this property that we stand on today. I think we can all agree that it's a beautiful looking project, turned out great. Thank you.
This is, I've attended so many of these grand openings of ADI projects that it's tough to come up with something new to say. Certainly looking at the physical project here, it is absolutely spectacular, and this common area is really pretty much unprecedented in almost any other project that I've seen throughout the state. And so it is spectacular. We've actually been doing business with ADI for a little over 10 years. We have committed actually 1/10 of the production of our company has gone to ADI. We do permanent debt. We've done about $100 million with them, and we will continue to go forward with them. One of the fun things about being in this business or having this long relationship with ADI is to kind of watch them progress as an affordable housing developer. And too often on the finance side or in the, when you're down in the trenches making a deal work, you kind of focus on the numbers, you focus on the building, and yet sometimes you forget, and it's been alluded to here today, why we really do this. It's not about the bricks and the stucco and the nice details. It's about the people that we're serving that are going to live here. And as I said, it's fun to watch ADI progress, and one of the traditions at CCRC is every time we fund a deal, we ask our developers to take a picture of the project, and then that picture gets blown up and it gets put on our wall, and we've got hundreds of projects now that represent the deals that we've been involved in. And without exception, well, without one exception, every one of those pictures is a picture of the building, which is great. And about 3 or 4 years ago, we got a picture, and it was of an ADI project, and it wasn't the building. It was about 10 or 15 of their residents that were holding a banner that ADI had produced that said, CCRC, thank you for providing a home to our families. We are just a real small part of providing that, certainly, and if you kind of understand all that goes into making an affordable housing project, and certainly ADI has to deal and take all the risk, and it's been interesting and fun to watch them progress as a developer, not just of affordable housing projects, but their commitment to their tenants in the voluntary services that they have decided to offer to their tenants on every single project. And so it's a pleasure to be a part of this project and all the other ones down through the years. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask John Parks, Chief Credit Officer of Hominy Bank, to come forward. As you can see, there's a lot of banks involved.
Thank you. Thank you for having us this afternoon. You hear lots of headlines about the state of the banking we're in right now. So I'd rather be out here than sitting in the office looking at lousy loans that we have made in the past. But this project turned out to be a very successful project, and we have supported other projects in the past. And this is just an example of what public funds and private funds could do. And down the road, Hominy Bank is committed to continue to support all the projects to serve our community. And we are not like any other money center banks. They invest in something else and it goes sour. And we are part of this community, and I'd just like to thank ADI and Squires for their beautiful projects and supporting and providing affordable housing in the state of California. Thank you very much.
Earlier, we talked about the residents, people who actually live here. At this time, I would like to ask Lubo Vartanian, who happens to be the resident manager of this beautiful facility. Ms. Vartanian?
Hello, everybody. It's very nice to have all this crowd here. We are very, very happy to have this opportunity to live in this kind of building in the city of Glendale. And I would like to introduce you three tenants who would like to show their really nice appreciation. Linda Kachaturian, Annie Delanian, and Denise Williams.
My name is Linda Kachadurian. I live with my husband, Georgie Kachadurian, together in one of the units of this nice and beautiful building, which I really honor to be one of the residents here. So I'm so happy, and thanks everybody, thanks all the responsible parties, from Mr. Yusefian to Rima to Loma, and which is so nice and dear for me. I love them, the people that I've seen. We've been together and we've been through paperwork and everything. I dearly love them and appreciate everything they've done.
Hi, I am Annie Dilanian. We are really appreciate this good opportunity, and now we can really offer several things. And this is a really good chance that we can achieve our educational goals. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Denise Williams. I live here at Metro Loma with my family. It's me and my 3 kids. And I just want to say thanks first and foremost to God, and thanks to the management company. Thanks to Glendale Housing Authority for giving us this great opportunity, because without it, I probably will still be in LA where I didn't want to be. It's really beautiful here. The people are very nice. They made me feel comfortable from day one. The process was very, very easy. It started in August, and by January, I knew I was getting it. And they also let us choose our own place to live, which is great. I just really love it, and I really, really want to say thank you to everybody. Luba, Rima, Anna, everybody. Thank you.
Before we have something to eat, I think we should do what we came here for, which is a ribbon cutting. So at this point, I would like to have all the ones who are going to be involved in the ribbon cutting go to the front of the building, and we will cut the ribbon and then get something to eat. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Is everybody paying attention?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yay!